Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. New week, new episodes. Today we're going to continue Black Sails with season 2, episode 7. Yay! Black Sails, Black Sails, Black Sails is a great show.
I remember music in her home, so her face was very near mine.
Oh, Mrs. Barlow.
Lady Hamilton is on this island, but I don't understand. Captain Vane gave me his word I'd be unharmed here. Things have changed. There's a network of tunnels.
She has to make a decision.
And the entrance to one of them. By the time anyone realizes you are gone, you will be safely away from here and in the care of Captain Flint.
Because she knows him too.
I remember Lady Hamilton's face, but I know Captain Flint's name. He says Captain Flint is the most wicked of the New World pirates, that he's evil. Captain Flint is a good man.
Ooh, but if her dad has been writing that in the letters, it is super risky talking about the changing of Nassau with Flint. Oh my gosh. Flint's gonna be in so much danger.
Where do we go?
Captain Flint, if he is
Where's your count?
such a respectable captain on the island, he must have done
Hard to tell.
some crazy things that wouldn't hold well
I'm hearing you're up
in
three.
England.
Man casts his vote for the same reason he does anything in his life. Because it feels good. The thing that will decide this vote hasn't happened yet. His way, a lot of them will die tonight. My way, they won't. And we'll gain the favor of a man who could move this place a step closer to sustainability.
I don't know if you'll be able to gain that favor though. That's the
Perhaps.
thing.
Though still, his argument seems to be the easier one. You think?
Less complicated,
Captain
less political.
Will betray
Yeah.
anyone to...
They're ready.
I mean, but Captain Flint is one heck of a speaker. If there's anyone who could sell a dream, it's him.
A man asks for your trust. He asks and offers you things in the future. It's no surprise that that man wants to shift your attention to the future.
Have you been? The launch landed on the beach a short while ago. The news it brings is of the utmost importance.
A launch. Is it the Navy?
They're supposed to be watching over the gold until we arrive. What the fuck are they doing
Oh.
back? Because there's no longer any gold to watch over.
Oh no.
Gold is gone. Hear that? Gone.
Oh no, this is not. He's not gonna win with this. The crew wanted their gold. He had to convince the crew to stay for the fort, and now, oh my god, the sacrifice is not gonna be worth it in the crew's eyes. So we'll see.
This is cleaner.
Oh, Anne.
It is as if it never happened. Charlotte and her lover's decision to escape together to Providence. All you need to do is say the same.
I don't know if she'll be able to get away with this. I don't know.
When you are ready, I will be downstairs. We can discuss what comes next.
What could possibly come next? Will Aunt still want to be part of a crew? I feel like that's part of her identity. Oh.
Rotten fuck raised his hand to me. Didn't know I could do anything about it. One day we were in a tavern. He was hurting me. A man saw it, and he walked over, and he slit his throat. That was
Damn. Jack? Our Jack?
Jack. I always thought he saved me from something. And then I wonder, maybe Jack took me from something I was supposed to figure my own way out of.
Oh my god.
Took it all.
Anne.
Instead I went with them. Did what the others did. Thought I'd become one of them.
Okay, so this just basically proves that Anne now has to go through a little self-discovery our journey, but this is so cruel for her to question whether or not it was okay for Jack to save her, or whether this life is better than that life, or which one should she, would she have been better off. It is so sad. She was 13 and already married and quote unquote shared. Okay, put it like that. That's brutal. How many years would she have to have suffered through all of that for her to you're a child. Like, how many years, until you can muster up some courage and say no? Clearly no one was there to help her. She would have had to suffer for far longer. And because she was so young and impressionable, she learned from Jack. She learned from the others. And then having them turn away from her, it hurt. I bet it really, really hurt and left her questioning and now in this state. So I feel for Anne. And I hope she gets her confidence and her self-identity back. I really do.
I'm not what I was when I was born. It ain't what I become instead. What the fuck am I?
I feel like she's lost in the world,
Me and the girls were talking. What she did to Charlotte.
Don't.
That's not something we know how to protect against. Shouldn't we be focusing on getting her out the door right now before it's one of us next?
That's a reasonable request from
Please
them.
don't be the voice of this. When no one in the world. No one.
This is true.
No one.
I know what Max is about to say.
Less about what those men were doing to me on the beach. She did.
It's true.
That means something to me. And those men you would talk to about solving this problem, they value their relationship with me far more than they do yours or Isabella's. I will not receive that news well. Is that clear?
There's so much to manage.
Please let the girls know I understand their concern. If any one of them wish to come to me, my door is open.
At least she's willing to do that. Like, at least she's willing to still extend a hand and ease their concerns. Because it is a concern. It's a huge concern. And it is pretty strong.
Watch that gold disappear from that beach, piece by piece.
When it was all clear, we walked the beach. Not a fucking piece left behind.
Oh my god. This is not going to go well with the crew. And at this point, I don't even know what you do.
They've called council to debate how they wish to proceed. There's not a soul among them that has any appetite for fighting over the fort tonight. Without the gold, it all seems rather pointless.
It's good.
It's chaos out there.
Yeah, because what else? What do they do then?
To be for some time.
What's
There's many
next?
proposals for what ought to be our next score, including ransoming that hostage girl of yours for cash instead of favors. One way or the other, those men want to get paid.
Please.
I don't know what you could possibly do to appease the men. It all seems lost,
What a fucking mess.
Yeah.
We have to think very carefully.
You lost the fort, you lost the gold.
These next steps. The case for returning the girl to Charlestown in exchange for reconciliation cannot come from me. But if it came from you, we might just stand a chance.
Let me stop you right there. We stopped being a thing of any relevance about an hour ago.
He made it very clear that he was in this for the gold. I don't know why Flint's forgetting this. He was eight pieces of eight. I don't know the phrase, but he was there for the gold. As long as Flint was still going to get the gold, he was going to be with Flint. And this whole bigger picture, make the world a better thing, Silver has not really had eyes on that. So I don't know what Flint's gonna do.
Is that so?
I believe I've been clear about the nature of my investment here.
The
gold was the inducement. Now no gold. Doing your bidding, keeping the crew in line for you.
I wasn't the only one to benefit from that.
It certainly seemed that way.
But
He
I'm
has nothing to show
benefiting
for
from
it.
the gold having disappeared.
It certainly solved a number of problems for you, didn't it?
Yeah,
I have half a mind to wonder if you didn't orchestrate this whole thing to your advantage.
that's another good point. Now that the gold is safely back with the Spanish, he can bring up the issue with Nassau and the governor in Nassau without having the Spanish gold being stolen from the pirates in Nassau being brought up. So this does benefit him to that end.
I understand your disappointment at this recent news. I share it.
Don't try to convince me to do it for the sake of their futures.
For the sake of your own. This man, listen to you. They give a shit about what you have to say, what you think, what you want them to think. Where else in the world is that true? Where else would you wake up in the morning and matter?
All right, we're hitting a little soft spot. We're betting on the sentiment
You'll address them, man.
of what Silver has gained from this entire endeavor.
Do you want to discuss how you'll approach them?
I know what I'm doing.
I think we're gonna see a good chunk of Silver right now.
I'm sure you idiots had half that money spent already. I was gonna walk away from all your people and never look back. And any one of you who says he didn't at least consider doing the same is a lying sack of shit. Truth is, there is only one kind of person who'd want to do what we do if there was an easier way to survive.
At least he's being honest. And I think that's why the crew respects him.
I don't imagine I'm alone in having taken some comfort in the idea of all of this coming to an end.
Oh, I know where he's gonna pitch
Toil
this.
for another man's benefit,
Mm-hmm.
or steal for our own.
That idea of, an ounce of you wants all of this to end. That was his little foot in to, hey, let's just create a better world, right? Wow, Silver's good. Silver's good.
Unless Captain Flint just showed us a third way. Reconciliation. Pardons. With a little help, this place could be the reason we never have to do either again.
Ah, he's a great politician, a great speaker. A great speaker.
With that one and the captain aligned, there would seem to be no limits to their ability to manipulate sentiment among the men. Political alliance with the most dogged pirate hunter in the New World. Because we're friends.
Right? Right? It's a stretch.
What needs to happen next, Billy? I'm aware of my oath. If you and I know we have the opportunity to save 8 of them from that fate, give 8 of them a real future, doesn't our oath compel us to do so?
I don't know. I'm interested as to.
8 men that would see things the same way.
I'm interested to see what Billy truly thinks and feels.
Men who would be willing to betray the captain. I do. Then find them.
I wonder if Billy's doing this.
Now. Then we move.
I wonder if Billy's doing this just to see who would betray the captain. You know what I mean? By getting them out. It's a trap. Who would Anne be without piracy?
I have some business to attend to. Eat. When I return, you and I will discuss the road ahead.
Anne. Do not approach her. She is a baby cub right now.
Jacob Garrett, carpenter's mate with the Intrepid.
New character
So you
unlocked?
don't want to tell me your name?
Jesus Christ, Jacob. She don't need your life story. Take her upstairs. Fuck already.
Makes you feel any better? Captain Jacob Garrett would never have a man like that on his crew.
Really? A new revolutionary captain that keeps his men in check.
Why me?
Because you knew. You seem nice.
Okay. So Anne's trying something else out, I guess. See if she fits elsewhere. I don't think this will help the situation.
So once you're going to tell me the rules? You're supposed to tell me what's allowed. I tell you what I want. You tell me how much it costs.
Is she gonna kill him? Into the weird controversial stuff. Oh my god. Annie.
Does that sound fair to you?
I feel like she's having an out of body experience. Like, you know when you feel so heavy, your legs don't move.
You can't do this. I'm sorry, she's new. In fact, the management would like me to make it up to you.
I think they can recognize Anne being lost right now, but it's really unfortunate what she did to Charlotte. I think what she did to Charlotte was a moment of insanity. I will say, I think Max being there for her while Jack is away is gonna cause a divide between her and Jack, especially if she's thinking in the way of like, you know, I wonder if Jack should have saved me at all, and I just followed him, you know. She's questioning her gratefulness to him, so and that's definitely gonna cause a divide.
How did you arrive in this place?
My father brought me here when I was a child.
You seem a formidable woman. Perhaps it was the exposure to the challenges of this place that made you the person you are.
A compliment. She's formidable. Vane has to have woken up by now. Imagine if Vane catches both her and Abigail. Double the ransom, kinda. Loud too.
We staggered our departures from camp, so as not to arouse suspicion. Did you secure the skiff?
I don't trust Billy.
Someone's coming.
Like, to be on this side. Oh my god! I knew it. I knew something was gonna be up.
Have you ever been tortured? Because it isn't actually the pain they're inflicting that's the most frightening part of it. It's the knowledge that even when the pain stops, that they've changed you.
Oh.
That pain, that fear, that despair
Ooh.
has made you someone else.
Villain origin story.
Someone you barely recognize.
Completely reasonable. Yeah.
I said what I had to say to get out of that place. But I have no intention of honoring their offer.
That's interesting. So will he want the pardon? Will he be on Flint's, you know, complete side? He definitely respects his oath. And I think he respects his oath and his piracy because, you know, it's like civilized and honor among them, right? It keeps him from being a quote unquote animal. Like if there was no rules or mutual respect. I hope I'm explaining this how I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Then it would be complete chaos. And as what we've learned from the show is that it was more democratic. It was more civilized than what I originally thought piracy was. So I think that's why he respects the oath so much. And I am curious though whether he's gonna want the pardon or not. Yeah.
10 pardons. I would fight to the death to ensure not a single one of my brothers ever has to face what I faced.
Oh, he doesn't believe them too. Yeah.
Now, if there's a man on this crew that feels differently, that feels as though he'd be willing to accept another brother suffering that fate so that he might avoid it, then that's the man I need to remove from my crew.
Ooh.
Don't appreciate being fucked with Billy. If you ain't got the balls to stand up to Flint, maybe you should...
Do not fuck with him. Did you not hear what he just said? The man was tortured and changed. Do not fuck with him. It's pretty honorable of Billy wanting to keep everyone away from being tortured. Like, yeah.
There will be no more dissent against Captain Flint. There will be nothing but adherence to the principle that we are, none of us, safe. Until we are all safe.
New political slogan.
Does anyone have a problem with that?
Love it. Love it. This was unexpected. I thought, you know, Flint pushed Billy off. They were going to be enemies. Billy might have his own crew. This is a wonderful surprise. Way to go, Billy. But now Mr. Dufresne's all mad. I'm on Billy's side. The man was tortured. None of us are safe until we're all safe. I love it. I do.
Not without going back through the courtyard. I'll search every inch of this fort until
Yeah, you're caught, Eleanor. Like you're so busted. I don't know what you're about to do. Get out of this.
They're coming.
Oh my god. Just make enough space for her to get through. Oh, I'm scared. My anxiety is like out of a 6, I would say. I think they would hear that though, no? Oh my god! I feel like you're being chased by a serial killer. Run! Run, 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 run. Oh my god. You're in so much trouble. This is the ultimate betrayal. There's no going back. You chose Flint. Oh my god.
I killed him. For you. To protect you.
You didn't do it for me.
Yes, he did. Partly, at least.
Leave me to answer for this among the men. Was he and they'll tear me to pieces. Listen to me clearly. Return the girl. And I will sort this with the men. But lock that gate. And there is no walking back through it. Ever.
Oh my god, Eleanor. Eleanor, you should not have done this.
You will hear from me again.
This is so much. No, 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 no. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Well, decisions have been made. I don't think truce between Flynn, Eleanor, and Vane will ever occur at this point. Because of this big betrayal right here. This is a huge deal. Very, very huge deal. How will Vane answer for this? Oh my god.
Especially in this place. There is always a life. There is always a future. I can only scavenge leads generated by Eleanor for so long.
Yeah, that's true.
For something larger than that, and it requires expanding. Proper spies, perhaps off the island as well.
Oh, espionage.
Knowledge of the sea, and I need a partner I can trust.
Oh, I like this idea. It's definitely something she's good at.
If Eleanor says she'll come down that hill with Abigail, she will. Charlestown, ma'am, is not London. Governor Ashe and his militia are men of the most brutal kind when it comes to enforcement of the laws.
I don't think they're accepting this as they should accept this.
Hello, Abigail.
Eleanor, I feel like, did what had to be done. She did, but God, the consequences of all of this is going to be huge. God. Oh, look at that. Mr. Guthrie comforting her. In the last couple episodes, we've seen him kind of try and step up into this protective, fatherly role, but I am not convinced. I don't trust him. I don't know whether to believe all of this or not. If this is truly him trying or not. Like, to what end, right? Is basically what I'm thinking. Like, what is your purpose?
If this is about Charlotte and Mr. Logan, I assure you
I heard on the beach. They're in Providence.
And what is it you wish to discuss?
Best we do this in private.
I knew Silver wasn't gonna give in completely. This is very complicated. Like, the relationships between these characters, my god. My god.
I'm waiting on a final tally, but I believe we've lost around 18 defectors over the last few hours.
Anyone want this?
Mr. Dufresne, we are without a quartermaster.
Someone to fold the two crews together, but not someone who's going to offer you any personal resistance. I was thinking
I vote Billy.
might be an ideal candidate.
Billy, I don't mean to be blunt, but what the fuck are you doing?
When I went into the water that night, I remember as I was falling, reaching out, grasping your hand. And the last thing I remember before I went into the water was feeling it slip away. It's just as likely you let go and drop me into the sea.
Oh, I knew it.
Which do you think it was?
Oh, we're still thinking.
Doesn't much matter as far as I can tell.
Wow.
I likely never know for certain. It's possible you'll never even know for certain. I believe you were right.
It's pretty.
I believe that for what comes next, the men of this crew will need your leadership.
That's a pretty bold and mature sentiment to have, because, like, okay, when someone does something bad to us, we don't really give them the benefit of the doubt. We say, you did this, right? We like to point fingers, and he was tortured, and it's very traumatic. So it's pretty incredible to see that his feelings towards to protect everyone so they don't have to go through what he did is greater than his feelings for, like, you know, you caused this to happen to me. It shows a lot. And I wonder if we're going to circle back to that, you know, like if that'll come back up at some point or another, if he'll finally be able to face Flint for what he did, basically. So did not expect that, really.
So I will do what needs to be done to preserve it and protect it. Mr. Gates turned his back on you. Don't think for a second I'll make the same mistake he did.
Interesting he said that about Mr. Gates.
Miss Guthrie's asked for you.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
I mean, he basically has to kind of step back into his old world a little bit. He worked hard to build Captain Flint, and now he has to work hard to undo it to an extent.
I'm a friend of your family's. And I'm a friend of yours.
You're Captain Flint.
My name is James.
There we go, the alter ego.
James McGraw.
The way she said it, it's as if she thought someone else was Captain Flint.
Where are you headed?
Maybe I'm just making things up now.
That's a very good question. Or perhaps it's just taken me this long to realize this place has been dying for a long time.
It's changing.
What if you didn't have to go anywhere?
It's changing.
Oh, England will have her island back, son. The day that happens, it'll be a bad day to be a pirate here. You think there's something valuable enough to make the British Navy forget that you and I are pirates? You think that others
Oh, Flint.
Not what? Who?
With any luck, by the time you return, you and Governor Ash will be greeted by a group of handsome men, pretty wives, and rosy-cheeked children.
It's not going to happen like that.
Struggle have finally found a way to sell their sugarcane to honest markets.
If you and I aren't careful, we might actually see this thing through.
I took her without his consent.
His men warned him not to trust me. Do you think there's any chance he'll survive this?
No. The
things I have destroyed to reach this moment.
You don't turn back on your crew as a captain.
For all that effort, for all that sacrifice. She's now entirely reliant upon you.
When I pledged my support to Captain Flint, I believed the trust between us to be of the strongest kind.
Yeah.
But over the past few
Till
days,
things change, yeah.
to me that the prize we both wanted is becoming less a prize to him and more an obstacle. I have feared for days that Flint might not want that gold to ever be found. That it would interfere with plans he held more important than gold.
Oh my God, don't tell me he took it and hid it.
I have felt the ground rushing towards us ever since.
Wait, no, that's not possible.
Not my greater, but what I do know is that he would ask my help to make it happen. And at that point, the gold would be as good as gone. And I would be just another tool that he'd used and then promptly discarded.
Silver's smart and very aware. I think that's what I like about him. He lets us see things from, I don't want to say an outside perspective, but a lone wolf's perspective.
Two of our men who were scouting the Urca gold were returning to the island against their instructions. My first thought was that the only reason they'd be returning early was if the gold was no longer there. And I thought, my God, did Flint do this? For some kind of luck or guile or fucking sorcery did he
Right?
reach across an ocean and make $5 million
Right?
and vanish?
Sorcery, right? That's exactly what it sounds like.
They told Flint the gold was gone. What did they tell you?
What had driven them to leave their post ahead of schedule and return to Nassau with the utmost haste.
What did they see? Oh my god. I'm on my edge. Come on.
That a tropical disease had befallen the space.
Oh my god.
Most barely even able to stand.
You're joking. This is the biggest lead of the entire world.
The Ochre Gold is on that beach, exactly where we left it. It is almost entirely undefended.
My god.
So I offer those two scouts a deal they simply could not reject.
Obviously.
Tell a very simple lie. I will employ a smaller crew to retrieve the gold. And our 3 shares will increase 5-fold.
That's crazy, Silver. I knew he accepted Flint's little speech thing too easily.
Willing to aid in this endeavor.
Oh my god. That's crazy. I can't believe it, but smart. So smart. I'm looking forward to the crew chosen, which, I mean, I'm sure has to do with Anne, I think, Jack. I think. I don't know, it's pretty ominous. The farmers? Oh! This show does a great job of making an hour seem like 30 minutes. And that's what I like about it. Okay, so Silver has, I mean, he has a play. He has a play in his hand. My goodness, and I am so excited for him. I just don't think Captain Flint's gonna be able to pull off this whole North Carolina thing. I don't think it's gonna go along like what he thinks. Like, yeah, he saved Abigail, but why was Abigail caught in the first place? Because of the pirates. And Captain Vane, honestly, Captain Vane could as easily, well, if he convinces his crew to seek revenge, he can just intercept Captain Flint or show up in the Carolinas and basically prove his point wrong. Like, that argument is so delicate. I think anything could easily just say, like, no, I'm not gonna listen to you, Captain Flint, like, or James. So I just don't think it's gonna go over very easily. I would fear Vane right now. I really would. Very concerned with all of that. Good luck to Eleanor, because yeah, I'm just very concerned. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you would like to see the full reaction, it will be linked in my description for my Patreon. I hope you have a great day. Let me know your thoughts, as always. I always say this, but I really do love reading them. It's fun to see, you know, different perspectives and piece it all together as we go along. So it's been really fun. Thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't eat too much candy on Halloween, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, of course, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye.